Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hello, and thank you for joining Global One Media's exclusive one-on-one interview series with company executives sharing insights into their unique journey. I'm your host, Ashley Berry, and today, Doug Dobbs, Corporate Development Director of Silver Valley Metals, is with us. The exploration stage company engages in the acquisition, exploration, and development of mineral properties in both North America and Mexico. Silver Valley Metals is listed on the TSXV as SILV and the OTCQB as SVMFF. Doug, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate the chance to be here and to be visiting with you here as we're talking about Silver Valley Metals.
Very excited to hear your story. For the viewers who are not familiar with Silver Valley Metals, perhaps you could give us an overview of the company, its unique advantage, and its vision for the future.
Well, sure, absolutely. Silver Valley Metals is a junior Canadian exploration company with a very dynamic entrepreneurial management team. And it's really the story of the work that's being done by its CEO, Brandon Rook. Brandon is a Canadian exploration geologist with more than 25 years of exploration experience going back to his days in the diamond fields of the Canadian North Country, as well as having served as CEO and director of a number of other metals companies. The company's director of exploration is Dale Moore. He's a professional geologist with more than a decade of exploration experience throughout the Silver Valley of Idaho, and he understands the big picture for mineralization in the Coeur d'Alene district. And he's been instrumental in leading a team that's discovered over 100 million ounces of silver equivalent in the Silver Valley, just 10 kilometers away from the Ranger Page project. So he's very excited to be involved with the Ranger Page project, and we're very excited to have him on board as well. The company's focused on two really attractive projects. One, as I mentioned, is in North Idaho in the Silver Valley, and the other is in Mexico, which focuses on lithium and potassium, which are very critical minerals for the country of Mexico, but also for the world now.
Wonderful. Sounds like rich expertise with your management team. You also mentioned Silver Valley, that mining corridor. Just explain for the audience why this is such an attractive area for exploration projects.
Well, the Silver Valley of North Idaho is really part of the Coeur d'Alene mining district, and it's unique in that it's a narrow corridor that's approximately 40 kilometers long and has 10 major underground mines. Every few kilometers as you travel down the I-90 freeway, there's another mine. These mines run incredibly deep, and the vein structures tend to stay consistent in width and strike length over great lengths. Also, these vein structures are known to trend incredibly deep. There are mines in the area that are currently being mined at 4,000 feet in depth, 6,000 feet in depth, and even Hecla Mining's projects, the Lucky Friday and the Star Morning, are being mined down below 8,000 feet in depth. It's important to note that the Ranger Page project, while it has historical mines dating back over 100 years, has only been mined to about 2,600 feet in depth at its primary producer, but only 200 feet in depth at 4 out of its 6 historic mines. So we think that there's tremendous exploration potential on the Ranger Page projects. We've been doing surface exploration there, which is giving us a good understanding of where we'll be setting our drill targets for our upcoming drill campaign this coming summer. So we think that the potential for exploration in the Silver Valley is very unique and it's very significant.
It kind of reminds me of the places you'll go, especially with all that uncharted territory. So with all the media attention given to energy transition and, of course, electric vehicles, maybe you could describe what's important specifically now about the Mexican project.
Well, the Mexican Lithium Potassium project is located on the central Mexican plateau, and they have concessions both in the states of Zacatecas and San Luis Potosi. Exploration has been conducted on the properties, and a technical report that's compliant with National Instrument 43101 was filed in 2019. And it's very significant in that it outlines 12.3 million tons of sulfate of potash and 243,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent. So the elements, lithium and potassium, very important to this very large inferred resource that's the subject of that 43101 technical report. So a large amount of drilling has already been conducted on the project, and it's important that all the surface work and the resource is on average just about 5 meters in depth. There's significant more potential at depth below the 5 meters as well. So as the company moves forward, it's planning its next phase of exploration on the project, and it's also working with the Mexican government to develop a good, clear path forward. The resource of lithium, as you mentioned, is important to the electric vehicle market and energy storage in general. Energy storage is critical to a green future, and the potassium element that's part of the sulfate of potash resource is important to the country of Mexico, as they currently import 100% of their potash. And potash serves as a fertilizer in the agricultural industry. The agricultural industry is one of Mexico's largest industries, so it would be very important for them to have a domestic source of potash.
So you talked a lot about what's happening in Mexico, what's happening in the United States. Now let's talk about what's happening this year. We're early into the year. I'm sure there's many milestones that you're aiming to accomplish. Perhaps you could touch on that for our audience.
Well, based upon last year's exploration activities in the Silver Valley, we've done surface exploration. We've done geophysics on the surface, and we've done surface geochemical work, and that data is currently being analyzed. And the work that we've already completed is giving us a good understanding of where we want to set drill targets. So we plan on drilling the property in 2023 and really testing these geophysics and geochemical anomalies. We've already seen tremendous polarization on the induced polarization testing, and it's consistent with the geochemical work where we're seeing silver and copper and lead and zinc on the surface as well. And the important thing about that is that it's consistent with the rest of the rocks and the geology throughout the Silver Valley of North Idaho, and it's also consistent with the historic mining that's already been conducted on the properties. So that drilling program will take place this year in 2023. And then we're also working to set a plan for the next phase of exploration on lithium potassium down in Mexico. That's a very exciting, and it's also very, I think, prescient to what's going on right now in the economies, the green economy, green energy, and particularly energy storage, whether it's electric vehicles or grid scale. Everybody's looking for a suitable and a stable source of energy storage, and lithium is really the most popular element for that purpose.
Absolutely. And now is the time for exploration. Any other exciting developments from Silver Valley Metals that investors might want to hear about?
Well, the work that's been done so far really sets the foundation for the future of the company and the future of these projects. Brandon has done an excellent job in the North Idaho area and Silver Valley, consolidating historic properties that had never been operated as one project before. As a result, they were always operated as small individual mines. And so today, now that they're consolidated, we can justify exploring them on somewhat of a larger property basis. This is also the first time in over 125 years of work on these properties that they'll undergo modern techniques of exploration. So the exploration that we've done over the last couple of years is now showing us that there could be mineralization in areas that nobody ever thought before, both at the surface and then also significantly at depth, below 200 feet, below 1,200 feet, down into areas of the 4 and the 6 and the 8,000 feet in depth that we're seeing at other mines in the area. So it's very exciting now to be able to move to the drill phase. So that's the primary focus of our activities this year will be to drill the Silver Valley properties, and we think we'll be very successful at identifying more mineralization.
Well, it sounds like already you're seeing return on this. Fantastic. Doug Dobbs, Silver Valley Metals, new corporate development director. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing all of these exciting updates. We look forward to sharing more from Silver Valley Metals with our audience.
Thank you very much, Ashley.